You go and do all the dirty job and someone else gets the name. So why don't I do the dirty job and get my name?
My name is Zenofar Fathima. I'm a film producer.
I thought, okay, why don't we bring Malaysian food to Dubai? We shot about 8 episodes for Indian OTT platform called Z.
Getting Bollywood stars is not so easy.
We did get in some Bollywood actors, made them go around Malaysia, tasted the Malaysian food.
What happened in your life to make you that fiery gladiator?
I'm divorced. I put most of my time on my work.
You're going to take all these movie stars. Didn't you at any time think about giving up?
I think giving up is not something which is in my blood.
We can do a lot of work together.
Yeah, we can actually.
I'm serious.
I'm serious too.
Yeah. Nobody in the world, even if it's your mom, is allowed to hurt you or take your happiness away. Gladiators, welcome to this episode of In the Arena with Dariush. Today I have a female gladiator on board in the arena. Welcome. Here we go. I'm going to try to pronounce your name correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Zenofar
Yes.
Fathima.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I'm dyslexic and I struggle with names. But with
Okay.
yours, because I'm Iranian, my best friend when I was young was called Nilufar.
Okay.
So you're so close, your name.
Yeah.
And we just had a conversation
That's
earlier.
right.
Your father, where did
My
you originate
my granddad.
Oh, your granddad. Where did
Yeah.
you originate from?
I'm from India. Basically the South India. Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
to our office in Dubai.
Right, thank
So your background, tell me a little about your background. Where were you born? What brings you to Dubai?
So my background is right now I'm a filmmaker, but I was a journalism.
That's your specialty.
Yeah, that's my specialty. So that's I did a food addict show where basically I was in Malaysia. So I brought the Malaysian food to the UAE. So that's where I started my journey. So basically I'm a journalism student and I'm a journalist. I was doing the TV shows, so like probably stories
in the
Dubai.
UAE?
Yeah,
Oh,
in
wow,
UAE.
okay.
So I've been in UAE for nearly like 35 years now.
Wow.
So
Didn't
yeah.
know you were 35 years old.
No, I'm
So
more than that.
congratulations. Congratulations. You look much younger.
Thank you.
So why journalism? What was it that attracted you to that?
I think right from the beginning, I loved, to do stories. So mostly on to the social awareness stories, to people who have a lot of issues in their life. So I would like to project them outside and to find out what exactly can we do for them, because most of the stories go unknown. And, they have a lot of difficulties and issues, which I've been hearing a lot. So that's when I thought, okay, if I take journalism, I could do my own stories as well. So that's where I thought, okay, journalism should be the good platform.
So you were trying to help people,
Yeah.
bring the message to the masses.
Absolutely.
And was this people who were like economically challenged,
Yeah.
not mentally challenged? But I
not-
guess the ones who are economically challenged are also mentally challenged,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. When you go economically, that affects
Yeah,
mentally,
affects you, of
it does happen. Like those days in COVID time, there were a lot of probably mental illness because they didn't have jobs and, they went to suicide and everything. So I would, those kind of things we should bring into the picture so that we could help them,
Did that affect you personally yourself when you saw hardship and?
Personal, I never had any, not on the financial way, but you're talking about a personal.
Like, you see people who are not living very well, you see people affected. Does it affect you at home when you come home and you witness so much hardship?
Yeah, I think, because the thing is, people do a lot of work sometimes and they really don't get what they really have to. And some people who really don't do anything, they get everything. So sometimes I do question myself, why does this happen? So yes,
It's an imbalance.
it's an imbalance, but that doesn't affect me. As you know, gladiator, that's what we fight for.
Sure.
So I do fight for what I have to for myself, and I would want the same thing for the others who are actually, facing the challenges in their life. Yeah.
Fantastic. What was your you worked for companies before having your own business as a journalist?
Yes, I was working for, there was an English TV station which was called City 7 TV, which is of course no more right now. Okay, so I was a journalist there. I did my stories. It's called Saturday Reports. I used to collect the stories. It could be any stories of my own choice. I would go film them, take it to the editor, edit it, and then give it to the news.
So you researched it, you did the interviews, you
Yes.
did the whole thing,
Yes.
edited it and gave it finished article to the
That's right.
to the
To the
television
newsreader,
station.
and she
Yeah.
reads it.
and they get all the stars. And everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing. So how many years did you do that?
I did that for like 2 years. And then I had my own team there where we decided, okay, because I was shifting to Malaysia. When I was shifting there, I thought, okay, why don't we bring Malaysian food to Dubai? So that's when I brought my whole team to Malaysia. We shot about 8 episodes for Indian OTT platform called Z. It's called ZTV. So we did get in some Bollywood actors, made them go around Malaysia, tasted the Malaysian food. And yeah, that's what we did. And after that, I thought, why don't we make short stories? And then I started making 1 minute, 2 minutes. And now it's been like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And now we are doing a full-fledged.
You make it sound so easy. Like getting Bollywood stars is not so easy. Do you have connections where you get on the phone yourself and persuade people to actually join your
Actually,
vision?
the first one was we did approach them through Instagram, and they were very, they were very accommodative. They were like, okay, fine, we'll do it. Of course, there is some, money involved, but yeah, that we get it from our sponsors, and then we ask them like, what do they want? We do everything for them. And
So this
then,
was a
yeah.
seed. This was just an idea in your head.
Yeah.
And then you went and sold it to the sponsors.
Yes.
Then you sold it to the movie stars.
Yes.
And you sold it to your staff to go to Malaysia and do all this.
Yeah.
What inspires you to keep going? Because you're a salesperson, right?
Yeah.
At heart. Because you've got to sell the idea,
Yeah.
right?
So I think what made me see the more of mine is of giving into society first, okay, and that's when later on I decided, okay, let's make money. So the sponsors, we do product placement in our movies, so that's how we grab our sponsors. Yeah.
So going back to, now you have a movie company. We're going to discuss that.
Okay.
Also, you're an actress.
You are actually taking all my ideas. It's gonna go everywhere. Okay.
Well, you know what? What I say is, when you're passionate about something, maybe somebody can copy us now, but tomorrow you have another idea.
Absolutely.
And another idea.
Right.
And the people who copy you are static. They're
Right.
stationary. They're not going to grow because
Yeah.
they copied.
Yeah,
When you
absolutely.
so when somebody copies me, okay, good on you.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
Maybe
right.
I'm doing something right.
Right.
So let's
Yeah.
just keep going.
Okay.
Because it runs through your system, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It runs through your system.
It's just that when I sit down, like, for example, I just came to your office right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is like, what is the story?
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, it's just that, it's not that me want to do it. I think it's in me. Can't stop.
But I don't want to jump to the movie company yet.
Okay.
I want to talk about you sitting there in an office, I guess, or your bedroom or your lounge, and you have this idea about Malaysian food.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to take your team to Malaysia.
Okay.
You're going to take all these movie stars. What inspired you to do that? And didn't you at any time think about giving up? Because entrepreneurs tend to think about...
No, I think giving up is not something which is in my blood.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think most of the Bollywood actors, they call me go-getter. I just say it and I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't do it, I will not say it. So it's in me. I mean, something which keeps me going is, I think that is me. You know?
What do you think, what is you? What happened in your life to make you that fiery gladiator?
I think, in my life, I mean, if you talk about personal relationship, yes, of course, I'm divorced. So a lot of things.
Do you have children?
Yeah, I have 3 kids, beautiful kids.
That's an inspiration, right?
And,
Feeding
yeah.
the kids, looking after the kids, making sure they're okay.
Yeah, of course. It's like I do, of course, my first priority, it comes for my kids. And of course, my parents too. So after that, whatever time I have, I think I put most of my time on my work.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the reasons because, I'm all alone and I want to do something and I want to keep going. Because I feel if you have an empty brain or an empty head, that's going to cause me more issues in my life. Mm-hmm. You know? And I feel that a person who needs to come out of all this, he needs something, probably to be putting his life on. on something to hold on. Yeah, so,
So-
I think that's something.
But there was a stage where you went from journalism to having your own company, right? So
Okay.
what happened then? What was that step that made
Oh,
you
what
go
was that step?
become an
Okay, so
entrepreneur?
that's very simple because you go and do all the dirty job and someone else gets the name. So why don't I do the dirty job and get my name?
Well, you were doing the dirty job anyway, right?
Yeah,
You might as well get your
anyways.
name up there.
So
yeah.
let me put my name. Let
Very
me do the
good.
dirty job and let me put up my name.
And that was the film business that you
Yeah.
own now. You got into.
That's right.
Does it need a lot of money to get into it?
Basically, it depends upon how exact. Right now, I think everything is very feasible, okay? Because there are loads of beautiful cameras which has come for not a very expensive way. So it depends upon what exactly you want to show to the people. If you want to show a very good content, that really doesn't need a lot of expense. But if you want to show something like you call it like what? There's so many Marvel movies or something.
Yes,
Of course,
yes,
that
yes. But the special effects. and
absolutely that
the
needs a
cinema.
lot. Absolutely.
Because the cinema is dying. Am I right? Is cinema dying? And we're getting into more Netflix type of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I think nobody has the time to go to cinemas and spend that 3 hours or 4 hours, I believe. I mean, I might be wrong, but this is what I believe in. Like, maybe once in a year they would want to go with friends or something. But otherwise, everybody, they have their own Netflix, they have their own big screens at home.
It's movie on
Everything-
demand.
Yeah.
Whenever they want, they have time, they put it on and watch it.
Yeah, and they can even stop it then and there. Okay, I'll watch it later. Something has
Yeah,
come up.
yeah.
So I think it's more of all the OTT platforms right now. I think that's what is
That's
in
the
now.
future.
Yeah.
Do you think some of the movie stars that you know are worried? Because I know a friend of mine about 7-8 years ago and said, listen, all these big movie stars in Hollywood, they're going to go more towards on demand, like Netflix. And it's happening now.
Yeah, that's right.
Only a few, like, who are the people? You mentioned Marvel,
Yeah.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
they're kind of guaranteed.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar.
That's about it, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? And Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He likes the cinema.
That's
but everybody
right.
else
I mean, that
is
has to
moving
be
towards-
watched in the cinema, I guess.
Exactly.
There's certain movies, but not everybody can be making that movie because it's a big game, So you need that kind of money and that kind of, like you said, like we have to find. I think one of your interviews, it said that money is there a lot over there. You need to
What
go
you do
and
with
you
it,
need to
yes,
find that.
absolutely.
So that not many people would do.
What do you think of money? Is it easy? Does money come easy to you?
I think the only saying which I'll say, money doesn't come on trees, which I keep saying all the time. But yeah, making money is not difficult if you have the right team and if you have the right, the content, and you know that this is going to go for it.
Okay.
But
That
if you
confidence
think,
that it's
yeah,
going to happen.
if you think that, okay, I can do this, but you cannot execute it properly, then I think the money doesn't come in just like that.
And also, you're as good as your last project, I guess, right? So if you have a good track record,
Yeah.
it's easier to raise the money.
Absolutely.
Were you from a money background? You rich parents?
I wouldn't say rich parents, comfortable parents.
Okay.
You know?
So the dialogue as a child, you heard about money was positive. It wasn't a negative dialogue. Because a lot of people say, well, who do you think you are? Rockefeller, money doesn't grow on trees and rich people are bad people.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, like, see, for everyone, even if it's rich or poor, I have seen even the richest people, they don't spend money just like that until they have a proper explanation. For example, even if you go to an ex-builder and you tell him, okay, this is my project, he's going to ask me 100 questions. Yes, I was asked 100 questions, though he's a multi-billionaire.
They still test you.
They still-
spend it wisely. They're
Absolutely.
not tight with it, but they're
Yeah.
careful with it.
Absolutely. So they're very careful with it.
In the film business is a risky business, right?
I believe everything has a risk. Like, everything has a risk. And I think you told that we have to take the risk, right?
Otherwise, there's no growth.
Yeah.
So you also act now.
I do act, and I've acted with one of the Bollywood actor who actually was a I mean, he is a very good actor those days also, but right now he does Punjabi movies. His name is Rahul Dev. So I have done one of the series with him, and it's just got released just few hours before, which I didn't even know it. So it's on air right now on the OTT series.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
So how long ago did you start your own business?
How long?
How long ago?
I think it's been now 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the size of your business? What kind of movies do you make? Because one of the things I say, sorry, and I'm talking to an expert, right?
Okay.
But one thing I say is that the reason Netflix works because there's a beginning, there's a cliffhanger, there's an end, and
Yeah.
it comes very quickly.
Yeah.
In a movie with 2 hours, like you said, there's only one cliffhanger, one beginning, one, and maybe there's two cliffhangers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you've got to sit there for 2 hours. But with
Yeah.
a Netflix, you can do a seven
Series.
episode run, right?
Right, yeah.
Because there's several beginnings and ends. And
Absolutely.
it keeps you on the hook.
Yes.
Right, which is,
Edge
I
of
think,
the
the
seat.
magic of
Yeah.
your shorts.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So please tell me, what do you specialize in? If I approached you, what kind of services would you offer me? And also, how many staff you have, the size of your company, and so forth.
Okay, so the size of the company is not much. I do have about 10 to 12 people, and I have my own videographers, editors, and everything.
Okay.
So basically, what we do, we also do ads for different companies, which is out of UAE, and that's another thing. But what we exactly do is we give movies to OTT platforms, and we get, of course, we have our sponsors to help us to do that. And I normally make like edge of the seat, which is suspense, thriller. That's my genre. So that's what I do for series. And of course, there is a comedy series also, which is coming up. But everything is limited to Z5 Middle East right now. But we are looking into Netflix and other places as well.
So you said sponsors. Do you have people phoning you up saying, I want to give you my money, produce my film? Or
Oh yeah, there are a lot of people who want to have fame. So what do they say
oh,
is
I
like
heard about that.
Yeah.
Make me famous.
Yeah, so they want to have fame. So what happens is one of the guys, okay, so he just came up to me and he just said that, okay, this is the movie you've done, so I would want to put my name as a producer. Now, I didn't want to give him that because the reason is I produced the whole thing with great difficulty and I directed it. So I thought, okay, just a matter of a little bit money, I would want to sell this off and I wouldn't get that name. So I didn't give it to him.
Who wrote the story?
That's the content is mine.
So
The content mine,
is yours. You
but
directed it.
the story writer, the screenplay writer is my daughter.
So you own everything.
Yeah.
So this person came and said, I'll give you some money, make me the name as a producer.
Yeah. So now what happens is
Then you're doing all the dirty work and somebody else gets the name.
I was
right
just
again.
thinking, why am I doing that just for, I mean, I may not get so much, okay? I might get a little bit more than what I would have taken what I've spent, but I would make a little bit more. But I would not want to do that because the reason is, you have done the hard work because it's not easy writing a content. We play with the brain. We play, it's like every time your brain is working, even if there is food or something and when when you're not up to the mark, like for example, you haven't reached the climax, so you haven't reached the edge of the seat, we just can't sleep. We have to keep on thinking that what is the next one? And it's not very easy.
Who's your favorite director?
My favorite, I don't have any favorite directors. I think I'm my favorite director.
Which movies? Who's your second favorite director?
I don't remember his name, but the movie Castaway. I know whether you've seen that. It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. I like that movie. It's really good. And there was one with I think Bruce Willis.
Sixth Sense?
Yeah, Sixth Sense.
That's my favorite.
That's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
And Will Smith's one amazing movie where it was very emotional. I don't remember the name.
What was the storyline?
The storyline is he gets divorced and he has his son.
Yes.
What's the movie's name?
In
Pursuit of Happiness.
Thank
Yeah.
you. We asked the audience, and the audience says,
Yeah.
yeah great.
That was
amazing.
that
Real
made
life
me
story.
really
It's
cry.
real life story.
Yeah, I mean it was so heartbreaking. I like these kind of movies, of course.
So your fiction, your stories are fiction.
Not every time.
Really? Okay.
Differs.
So if I came to you and I said, hey, listen, I've got an interesting story,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And sometimes it's my story is not understood.
Okay.
Because a lot of people judge you from what you have and where you are right now.
Yeah.
What would the process be for you to put a short movie together for me? And I'm in the market, by the way. I'm in the market right now.
Okay. Well, come again.
I have a story.
Okay.
A very interesting story, what I think. And my
Okay.
book is selling really well, sharing my autobiography, right?
Okay.
And the reason we have this gladiator movement, because my story is interesting.
Okay.
I had several miracles happen. I've had several
Wow.
heart attacks happen.
Okay.
I've lost millions. I've made millions.
Okay.
It's been a roller coaster.
Okay.
But then when people see you, they think, oh, he's lucky. He's got that car or he's that house. But people don't know your story.
Yeah.
So if I came to you and say, look, I want to create a 10-minute or 20-minute documentary on my life, how would we start?
I would first sit down, listen to your whole story, in and out of A to Z, whatever has happened. You not leaving any details.
unturned, yes.
Yeah. So which means that you have to be completely true to me no matter what. So you would have to tell me everything, and then I sit down, I select my actors. Okay, who is going to be good? So I have few set of actors. If those actors fit into it, I'll call them, because normally I take very decent actors, in the sense who already know what acting is about. Because it's not only about the director directing it, it's about the actor also putting into more elements to give me, the more
The character of
the
the-
character
of this.
and the emotions. So I would look into it, and then I would of course tell you about the budget, how much or what it
how
would
much
be.
would, honestly, I'm really open to it. What kind of budget are you looking at for a 10-minute video? And 10 minutes is quite a
Depends.
long time,
See,
isn't it?
10 minutes is,
Because I'm no actor. I'm not saying I want to play. I want to
See,
start
if
it.
you
I can't
say
even
that-
read the line.
yeah, if you say that if you just want normal actors, I just want the emotions to be there, and I want a real movie, okay? I think I would do it about for 100K
Dollars, dirhams,
Dirhams?
euros.
dirhams.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so that's amazing. So I have a bunch of clients of mine who have stories.
Okay.
Okay, they all have stories. When I'm doing my event, I don't know if you know about the Gladiator Summit that's coming.
I know it.
You have to come by.
I will.
You have to
Inshallah,
come.
I will definitely.
No, inshallah. The moment we say inshallah, it's not going to
No,
happen.
my inshallah happens.
I'm going to get your credit card out right now and book you five tickets. You all have to come. You'll love it.
We
You'll love
will.
it. I have 20 speakers. Every single one of them, if I tell them, they will come to you.
Wow. Really?
Every one of them.
Lovely.
I promise you that.
Okay.
Because everybody has a story to tell. The speakers tell the story on stage, but most of the crowd, I have 600 people coming fully booked, they all have a story to tell, but they don't have the confidence to get on stage.
Okay.
You see, so we can empower people to put the story on short videos. Now, more and more people are understanding short reels because
Yeah.
of Instagram and
Yeah,
so forth.
yeah.
But to put it together in a way that goes viral is the skill.
Yeah, that's there.
Have you had any kind of commercial successes you want to share with me?
I think I had one when it was during the COVID. I did about 3 stories. One was to do with the doctors, and one was to do with the suicide. Okay, so these 2 went really viral at that time, and it really picked up because I feel that it went more viral because people could relate to it. A lot of people could relate to it because it was more of the positive side of the story which I showed them, that life is, it's not very difficult like what you think. So you don't take the wrong move like suicide. You try till you succeed. Because failure, like, I don't know, I've always seen you talking about how can you enjoy the warmth if you're not in a cold. So I would say, how can you enjoy a success when you're not into a failure? So failure is, I think, it has to come, because then only you can enjoy the success. Because every time you're successful, and I think that's not reality. I mean, that really doesn't make sense for me. So I think in that way, these 2 stories went viral. And there was one story.
Was it on your page?
Yeah, it
on
was
your-
in my page, and it went for Z5. It went for global, for that OTT platform. It went also in Stars Play Arabia. So I have done one series which is called Spectre Blackout, where all the five players, they come into an escape room. They all don't have money. They all have their own life, and they want the money after playing the game. But once they get into the game, that's when they know that they can't come out. So that went a little bit more viral in Stars Play Arabia and even Z5, yeah.
And then how did you fund that? How did you fund it? From your own pocket?
My own,
Everything's product
everything
placement.
is produced and product placement. Because the thing is, everything is produced by Zen Film Productions. That's my production's name. But how we get it is like we get the product placement and we get it from them. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's what. And sometimes even the venue, they pay us if they like the story and if they say, okay, this is going to go into certain places. So that's how they get it. That's how we get it.
Do you do it in many different languages?
No, it's in English. All are in English. Even the one which is on Z5, it's in English. The Arabic subtitle, we have the Arabic subtitles, and we are planning to do in Malay in Malaysia.
Why Malaysia all the time?
I was living there for 5 years.
So it's kind of
so it's
second
kind
home.
of a soft second home for me.
Yeah, I love Malaysia.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah, Far East is beautiful.
Yeah.
Nature and green.
Nature,
and stuff
greenery,
like that.
yeah.
So your actors and actresses, they're from all over the world. It could be white, brown, black.
We had like about how many nationalities? I think we had about 15 or 20 nationalities for Spectre Blackout. And we have about 10 or 15 nationalities for this series, which we have produced right now for Z5. It's a season 3. It's called Real Files. So how did we come up with Real Files? We were only giving like 1 minute short film on the Instagram. So we called it Real Files. But somehow it immediately picked up really good. So that's when we decided, okay, fine, why don't we make it in a bigger version and give it to the OTT platforms? They loved it. And now we are in season 3.
What's OTT?
It's like Netflix, Z5.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know. Are you busy all of the time?
I get busy when I have movies, and I do get breaks as well. Not all the time, but yeah.
So you have spare
sometimes.
capacity. You can't take on more work all the time.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I do take.
I can't imagine you saying no. You just
I
work
won't.
harder and work harder.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think work is something which keeps me going.
How old are your kids?
My okay, then that's going to be.
Dun, dun,
how old are
dun.
you?
This is the thriller. I want to ask you how old you are.
Is that true? When you know about my children, you'll know about me.
No, I'll have a guess later. Go on, let's go for it. How old are you?
Okay, so one is she's 28, and okay, one is 28, one is 20.
I thought you were going to say like 3 and 5.
No, one is 28, one is 20, and the boy is 13. Yeah. 2 girls and 1
Congratulations.
guy.
Amazing. Congratulations. Well, I can be you. I have a 31-year-old son. So there you are. And I'm a granddad.
Oh, wow.
There you
See,
are.
there you are.
That's where I was with the mall before I came
Okay.
here with my granddaughter.
Okay.
It's just beautiful. So
Yeah.
congratulations. Amazing. So what's the magic?
The magic, staying alone is the magic.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You don't have any tensions. You just have only your kids. The kids need to listen to you anyways.
So you got used to your own space.
I think, yeah.
Did it take
I'm
a while?
used to. No, because one thing about me is if I make up my mind, I make up my mind.
Well, you're a woman.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but when you make up your mind, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
that's
Women
it.
don't change their mind. When they cross that line, it's
I don't
finished.
change it. It's
Wow.
like when I'm done, I'm done.
But here's the thing. I think that a lot of people are alone, happy.
Yeah.
But the worst thing is being alone and feeling lonely.
No.
There's a difference, right?
Yeah, I just saw
I love my own space.
Your ad as well. I mean, your podcast where you talked about somebody having a relationship on ChatGPT. Remember?
Yes.
See, I've learned
He's
everything
had a
about
baby
you.
with him.
Oh my God,
He's had a child with ChatGPT. That's quite sick, right?
that's funny.
And I went on ChatGPT and I said, "Is this normal?" And do you know what ChatGPT said? No, it's really sad.
Yeah, it is sad. I mean, see,
Because ChatGPT doesn't argue.
yeah, ChatGPT is just, I think it's more of, I don't know, I just saw recently some movie, I don't know in which language, because one thing about me, I see movies in all languages. Let it be Korean, let it be Chinese, let it be Malay, or, anything. Okay, so I saw the ChatGPT is more of, I think a lot of people, they That's what I understand. That's what the movie also said. So it's like somebody over there puts the information. That's how the chat GPT takes the information.
Correct.
So it's basically a human who is inserting all the...
Yeah, so very well read.
Yeah. So it's all put inside. And chat GPT, when we are asking them questions, they wait for some time to gather all the information, and that's where they put it. So basically, it's a human thinking anyways, right?
Can you write a script using ChatGPT?
I can.
Would you be able to tell me, if I gave you a script, would you know it's ChatGPT or personally written? Can you tell as a professional?
I can. I can.
The human is better, or ChatGPT can be as good as human?
I think ChatGPT is as good as human, but I feel that you shouldn't be taking ChatGPT into consideration for everything. You know, because that can give you wrong informations as well. So because, like for example, I think in one of the movies, I don't remember, she just wrote down that we want a tribal Indian girl. So this lady, she puts informations inside Indian, and she puts her picture, she puts everything, and so she feeds it, and then the chat GPT gives a very beautiful picture of, you know, like
Her?
like
In
her,
that environment.
but yeah. So basically, they are feeding it,
Yeah.
and it's
not totally from scratch. It's not creative
Yeah.
work. They got a blend of everything you put in.
absolutely
So
it's
you're
a
as good as
blend.
what you put in.
Yeah, so it's somebody who is putting it. So for example, if you are going to, there are a lot of AI pictures. Now we are feeding into AI pictures. So our pictures are already there. So when anybody wants to have some beautiful or whatever picture is, so it will read even our pictures and it will create something. You know, so basically it's the humans who are actually
But
putting
what
everything
they say
inside.
is that AI will never compete with human creativity.
They can't, right?
Because you can do from scratch.
Yeah.
AI is only working with what
Absolutely.
you fed the whole
Yeah.
internet.
So I think it should be only used as a tool and not as completely like from the start.
So what do you think the future of film is with AI?
I think this was being asked like a lot of times, but I also said them that for me, we are using AI in few movies right now. There's the one new movie which is coming up with the Bollywood 2-3 actors. It's called Kaze. Kaze, the Japanese word, the wind. So we are using AI in that, but that's only going to
This
be...
is your company?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
So it's going to be only, we will only use it as a tool. We can't completely do that as an AI because then the creativity goes. That's what I believe in.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when I see those movies, it's like a Hollywood production. Is it as good as that, would you say?
See, the one thing about, again, OTT platforms, they don't just take your pictures if it's not up to the mark. They don't take any pictures if the quality is not good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could I look at some of those?
Absolutely.
Can the audience look at some of those movies?
Yes.
If they want to reach out to you, where do they reach out to you?
So reach out to me in, of course, my Instagram is there, Zenofar Fathima,
We'll put that. And what about your
Zenofar.
website of your
Uh,
By the way, we'll put a text at
Yeah,
the bottom so people
yeah. So you can reach out.
And what about your website? What kind of website?
You can just put down Zen Film Productions,
Okay.
and there's also called so many websites.
And some of your company work is on it?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. I have, because I'm thinking I'm going to be your client.
Oh wow!
So-
I love that.
I've got this summit coming.
Okay.
Okay. Could you create some kind of a reality program whereby you see the work behind it and then the end use? Because I'm negotiating constantly with AV people. I'm negotiating with the choreographers, the dancers, the entertainment, the venue. Could you do like a fly on the wall documentary and then put it all together like this is what we went through and this is the final event?
Yeah, we can. It's like the before-after process.
Yeah, during and before. After.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We can.
So that's one. So if anybody wants to give me a proposal, I'm open to that. Secondly is, how about something like, have you watched Dragon's Den or Shark Tank?
Shark Tank. Yeah.
Could you create something like that?
Oh, I would love to because that was always my favorite program.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So I need a proposal
Yeah.
for that. Now, the biggest thing, the reason I haven't done these, because I don't know who to go to.
Okay.
But you have contacts, right?
Yeah.
So if the idea is good, the production good, Does the company want to see one episode first before they decide
That's
to take it
yeah,
on?
that's like a teaser, right? We do give it's like a pilot. So we could do a pilot. That's what we did before. We
Okay.
just gave them a pilot. We asked them that, do you like the story?
Okay.
So that's when they said, okay, go for it. So that's why from season 1 to season 2, and now we are in season 3.
So I could sit with you and create a whole show.
Yeah, you
And
can.
then we'll do a teaser.
Yeah.
Through your contacts, you go and pitch people. Is there money in it? Can people make a lot of money? How would I make money if it went viral, or somebody in the States want to play it, or ITV or Granada in England? Who does the negotiations?
See, one thing about making money for Shark Tank is
For instance, yeah, just an example.
the people, for example, who want to be as a jury,
Yeah,
they could pay.
I was offered it,
Yeah.
similar,
Yeah.
but Far Eastern version,
Okay.
$100,000.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, I had a personal challenge, and I could not. I had to go to England. My mum wasn't well,
Okay.
and I didn't
Sorry.
attend. Their launch and their opening is on Friday. This Friday.
Okay.
I see it, but I'm not sure if they got the distribution well. I'm not sure how it's going to look. But I thought, well, 4 people paying $100,000, that's $400,000. Not bad.
Absolutely.
They're in the money,
Yeah.
right? And then do you get paid by Netflix? Do you get paid by Granada? Do you get
See,
paid
there-
by
if
CNN or I don't know whoever?
If your product is very good, you do get paid by Netflix. So, for example, if you see, oh my God, I forgot the famous Korean Squid Game.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so that's a beautiful content. Okay, though he made it after 10 years, that's a different story.
Yes.
But Netflix will close its eye and take how many ever seasons they want because it's people are watching.
Has he
that.
made millions?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah. So
They
if
say-
you have something like that, which your content is very good, Netflix does pay you.
They say that the first one is the one that you lose on, because they put it out there and see how it goes.
How it goes.
And if it goes well, you have to have a really good contract where you can negotiate your own terms
Right.
rather than.
Yeah.
We can do a lot of work together.
Yeah, we can actually.
I'm serious.
I'm serious too.
Yeah, let's make an appointment,
Yeah,
and then we'll have a
sure.
chat about the summit
Yeah.
and doing some similar to Shark Tank but better,
Okay.
or like mixture of American Idol and
Yeah.
Shark Tank.
Yeah. Shark Tank is a beautiful. I love that right from the beginning. I mean, those days I used to sit and watch, like, okay, this is how it goes. That's something really very nice.
I'm a kind of person that I hate being underestimated
Okay.
and or overlooked.
Okay.
So I got into summits and events, and it's this one coming. We had 3,500 people the last one.
Oh.
It was only my second one.
Okay.
I haven't been doing it for years, just 1 year.
Okay.
And we're going to be fully booked in January
Oh wow.
because it's very heartfelt. And the only reason I got it because somebody said you should speak on stage, and I got ignored. I went to his event and he ignored me.
Oh my
And
God.
I thought, I can do better than this.
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm outselling everyone.
But don't you think that you got ignored, so that's the reason you did it
Yes.
better?
That's what I got underestimated,
Yeah,
right?
and-
And that's the fuel I need
Yeah.
because all my life
Yeah.
I've been underestimated.
That happens even to me. I mean, there's nothing
That's
new.
my fuel. Is that your
yeah,
fuel?
Yeah, that's my view too. Because see, when I came up with it, people were like, okay. And now the people want me, and I don't need you. It's like that,
Yeah.
because...
Or you remember.
Yeah, it's like I remember, but I elegantly shut it off. I don't do it in a very rude way because that's not me. But then on the other hand, when they do that, I mean, I think a lot of people did it. I mean, I came with the food show. They were not bothered about the food show. They were bothered about which actor was there on the food show. Now they're bothered about my product.
Wow.
Like,
These food shows ongoing still? You're still doing it?
we are still not. No, we finished it, but then later on, I just started concentrating on this short films and now few movies to go in. And
So do companies come to you and say, do a short film for, I don't know, this branded car? Do they do that?
yeah, they do.
You ads? Do
Yeah,
you
we
do advertising?
Yeah, we do advertising, and of course, we've done for Mashrik Bank as well. We've done for a few more, hotels and everything, and of course, we do podcast as well. And I'm doing a new podcast on doctors, so that's my something new. Yeah,
So your brain doesn't stop.
it doesn't stop.
Are you the same person at work or you're at home?
No, I'm
What
very.
do you like at home?
I'm cool, chill, but when it comes to work, I think my girls know it now.
If I asked them to describe you as a boss, what would they say? Truthfully.
Shoot. You know what? I think one of my manager long time back, it was 6 years back, when he said that I'm a split personality,
Okay.
which means that we don't know when she's gonna change. Because when it comes to work life, for example, I wanted to be on time over here. Like anywhere where I go, I like to maintain my timing. I don't like to make anyone wait. Similarly, these are some, and that happens with the team as well. So if the team is actually doing the work in the right time, I won't be delayed. And that's what I was just explaining them right now. So I like to be on time, and
So
even
punctuality is important.
punctuality is important, because even for the movies, if I
Deadlines.
decide this is the deadline, I'll give 2 weeks, a bit more for the
Breathing space, yeah, sure.
and then, but I release it on the right time. I said it was in November release, and it's November and it's released. So I stick to that.
So you have high standards. Yeah, that's good, because I think life is about standards you set,
Yeah.
right? And what I find I used to have a lot of staff.
Okay.
I kept them through COVID.
Okay.
I kept them, and I paid. I had no revenue. I paid.
I did the same thing.
And then when the COVID finished,
They're like,
everybody left for $10 more. Oh, thank you for your loyalty. I'll give you a story.
Okay.
I used to own health clubs
Okay.
and spas. And a couple of my health clubs, after many years, got taken over by Virgin. Virgin mobile phones,
Okay.
Richard Branson.
Okay.
So they gave me, the landlords got a better deal from him. They gave me 3 months' notice to leave. And I had hundreds of staff. So I went home to my ex-wife and I said, hey, listen, we owe everything to this staff, right? So let's take millions of dollars and open health clubs opposite our location.
Okay.
Okay, so I spent 3 months and we did the best locations. I kept going, reassuring my staff that, listen, your jobs are safe. Don't worry, you're good with us, okay? On the launch date of our new health clubs, nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up?
You know what they've done? They've been negotiating their own salaries with Virgin. I had to come home and look at my wife's face. We just blew millions on loyalty to our staff, but all along they were lying to us.
No,
It hurts so much.
it hurts. I mean, see, I've been in a lot of situations like this, because, sometimes it does happen, but you know what? That's where we come. Like, that's where our strength comes. That's where we become a fighter.
Yes.
You know why? Because even we don't need anyone for us to run whatever we want to.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Yes. At the same time, I'm at the stage now, I've gone very insular. I cocoon myself. I've gone on my own because I don't want to meet new people anymore, because when I meet someone, I often think pain. I associate
You told
hurt.
me, I really liked something which you said that your son is your friend. I love that. You know why? Because I don't think so there is any really, really true friend, because everything is an business.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I think we live in a world where I cringe. Like, I'm seeing human values. I'm not going to talk about it. Human values being just stepped all over because it's good business. We got an idiot at the top,
Yeah.
and everybody kisses his ass because it's
Absolutely.
good business.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there with a lump in my throat. I'm thinking, but that's what they're doing is wrong.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I
We
think
got
that
certain prime ministers embarrassing themselves, and I'm thinking in 3.5 years he'll be out of a job. Who are you going to suck up to? No.
absolutely.
But for that 3.5 years, they're going to milk it for millions and billions and stuff.
Right. They'll make their money. Anyways.
Sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where
It's
are they
very
gonna-
sad.
Where are they going to hide afterwards?
But you know what? End of the day, it's the people who need to know what is what. Because you should not go blind. You need your homework done.
I believe in the human race. I really do.
So when you have your homework done in the right way, then you will get the good result. But if you don't do the homework in the right way, you won't.
What do you think the future holds for us as humans?
What is
The future like?
for humans? As
Better
I
than
told you, there are
this,
so
better
many.
than this, worse than this?
I think it's going to be worse than this. It's going to be
Really?
really worse, because if you say, for example, if you take relationships, before we went and we visited people. Maybe a hug or something that feels really better. Now the hugs is only on words. Lot of
Emojis.
emojis.
Words are too long. It takes too long. It's a lot easier
Absolutely.
to do a hug or
Yeah.
a heart or.
No, and it's like even a wish for a birthday wish or anything. You have so many, symbols and everything. You just keep posting and you say, "Hey, happy birthday!" That's how it is. There's not even a call. So I think, and that's why people don't have hearts. And if you look into those people who are in their 40s and 50s, because they didn't have these kind of gadgets before. What did we have? We had like few years back, 15, 20 years back, we had pagers. You know pagers?
I remember telex. Telex. Do you remember? You don't remember telex, right?
No.
That's like you used to get a telegram from people.
Yeah, but we have Telegram even now, right?
No, but it was like post, right? It's like
okay.
you got birthday cards to the post.
Okay.
You
Oh,
went to that.
those, yeah.
It was
yeah.
those days. There was
Yeah.
no mobile phones.
Yeah.
It was before fax machines.
Yeah. I mean, those days were like, okay, you flew and you met them or your parents.
You made an effort.
I mean, you make an effort. But
Right.
this is not an effort, sitting in your own couches and just sending messages out. Okay, I've done it. That's why I think it's more material world now. It's very material.
I think, in my humble opinion, is that I question everything, right? I question the universe, I question time, I question religion. And I'm thinking to myself, why are we working 5-6 days a week?
Yeah.
What if somebody came and said, you only work 1 day a week and you take 6 days off? If I came to you and said, your daughter is going to work 1 day a week, she's going to have 6 days off, but she's going to earn more money than you,
Ooh.
how would you feel?
I would feel since it's my daughter, I will feel happy.
Happy,
but
right?
Yeah,
So what I'm saying is that's the future.
that's the future.
People can sit on the couch watching Netflix, your programs, or be on the beach and make more money than having to work 5 days a week. Because somewhere along the way, the Rockefellers of this world told us that's the education system. That's the number of days you work a week. But why?
But it's not. I feel it's very unhealthy, because you know why? We have been given by Almighty God. We have been given brains. Okay,
That's
to
what makes us
use
different
them.
to animals, right?
Yeah.
Because we have brains.
So we have brains and we need to use that. But if there are so many things where only a few portion of your brain is being used, the other portion is being unused, you're totally unhealthy.
What, do you believe in meditation?
I have not done it yet, but I do pray.
It's been proved. Well, it's some form of meditation. I know a lot of people say, in some religions, you don't talk about meditation. You pray, and it's a form of meditation. It's you're chanting, you're constantly repeating yourself. So, you're manifesting,
Yeah.
right? They found that through meditation, you're actually tapping into parts of brain that you don't do on a daily basis. What if I'm actually questioning myself. What if somebody says to my son, you only work 2 days a week, 2 days you spend meditating, 2 days you spend in the gym, 1 day you spend, eating healthy food and in some kind of a spa or whatever it is.
Okay.
I would love that life. True.
True.
But somewhere along the way, we've inherited habits like working 7 days a week. Doesn't mean I agree with you. If they're going to sit there eating chips and watching TV and never going out, they're going to get fat and die.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
If you can replace this pressures that you and I have been in our lives
Yeah.
with healthy habits, I think the future's bright.
Yeah.
I think we're having softer generation. Men's handshakes are far weaker than they were 50 years ago. Yes,
Yeah.
wars are being fought. Somebody's sitting in Los Angeles or whatever, and a drone is killing people halfway across the world. So they don't have to go out there and
Do it.
shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are getting softer, I believe. But I do think that we're leaving this world a mess for the next generation with the environment and things like this. I think our children are going to care more about the earth. They're going to care more about the environment than the white old men who are running the world right now.
But I think it's more of, what do you think? I mean, like I keep saying, it's more of the brought up as well. I mean, like if this is the way your kids have seen you doing it, some kids would do that, follow the same thing.
Not what you say, it's how you practice to just copy that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
agree.
so it's the brought up and the way you show it to your children. So I think, so it's a very, very vast discussion on this, how it's going to be in future. Yeah.
I want sound bites now, okay? So give me your top 3 values when it comes to parenting.
Top 3 values when it comes to parenting. Oh. Okay,
It's deep stuff.
it's a very deep stuff.
You're sitting in front of your children, your daughter, and you're saying, right, I want you to remember me with these 3 things, and I want you to take it with you and enhance your life.
I think mostly never to, believe in yourself and never ever get disappointed with if someone is bringing you down, because you know what exactly you are and you can do it.
Value yourself.
Yeah. And respect the elders, no matter what, even if you don't like something in them, I would tell them, instead of throwing words, because tongue is it's a weapon, it's a
It can be hurtful.
yeah, it's a very hurtful weapon where you cannot take those words back. So I would say ignore. Because I didn't follow that, to be very honest. Whenever I used to, like those days.
Because you were fiery.
Yeah, so I was like very fiery.
How did I guess? What's your birth sign?
Aquarius?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would tell them that, because it's no
Ignore.
point losing your cool. I mean, you're going to stress yourself as well if you're going to throw words. Rather than ignore. And if you don't like someone, just ignore and just be on your way.
Shrug it off.
Yeah.
Third one? And
yeah.
the third?
Okay, third. Third is, I said, respect.
Okay, you can't cheat. That was 2B.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Okay, so, and then the third is what? Choose your right partner. And if you're not sure for it, don't go for it.
Are you a huggy person? Do you hug your kids?
I do hug my children. They run away, but I do.
Yeah, they always run away, but they want more. Really. They really want it, just being cool. Okay. I think love is really important.
Yeah.
And I think people choose the wrong partners because they're looking for a partner to fill the gaps in their lives.
Yeah.
But if your children's lives full, they're not looking for anybody else to fill it.
See, yes, that's also true, because, when you sometimes, but I think, you know what? Those days I used to think that my parents didn't love me and, okay, they're scolding me or for small things. But once I realized that, I see that it was all for your good, so it's it's not that to fill in your space, you go get married to someone else. It's just that those days, the girl has to get, I'm coming from a Muslim background. So those days, like I think it was 20 years back, the girls, whenever they get a good alliances, they do push the daughters to get married. You have to get married.
Did you feel pressurized?
I think it was, I know my dad is going to, or my mom is going to get very upset, but I think that's the truth. I never wanted to get married.
It wasn't a marriage made of
Yeah,
love.
it was an arranged marriage. Okay, so it was like I was not ready for it. I don't know anything. I'm just 19 or 20 years old. But the parents those days, they say, okay, this is what it is. You are studying, now the time is to get married, because it's most of the Indian background, which is still there right now in certain places. Yes. But that, I would not want to do it for my daughter, because I would tell her, like, take your time, but go for the right person. And even if you get married to the wrong person, don't wait like me for 10 years. Just finish it off. Because I lost that 10 years right now. If I had it before.
Your best 10 years.
My best 10 years. I regret that. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. I felt your heart in the answer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's sad, because those 10 years I could have done so many things.
But then the lessons you learned, you make sure you never do it again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I did it
some
again.
people pay lifetime. Oh,
I did it again. I got married again with
That's where your son comes from. Your son?
Yeah,
Your
my son
second
is from
marriage.
him, yeah. So my 2 daughters are from the different, and my son is from the
second.
other father, yeah. So he was my best friend. And, it's like, okay, I thought my parents, okay, they got me somebody whom I don't know, but my best friend wouldn't do that. But that was worse. And that also, I missed my 10 years.
But your best 10 years are ahead of you.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
okay. Because you're not going to make the same mistakes again.
It's been 6-7 years now. But of course, I'm not, because I did my mistake twice. But there are a lot of people who do it 3-4 times. So I'm good. I just did twice.
I met a kind of a guru, and he says your third partner is your life partner.
Oh my God, I'm not going to get into this now. No way. No way.
But I think what you've done here, you've created a safe space for yourself. Because when you meet a guy, you think bad news.
No.
You meet a guy, you think
No
headache.
way. No. No one can approach me in any way now.
That's what I'm saying.
All the doors are closed.
All the doors are closed
Yeah.
because you think man equals pain.
Absolutely.
Man equals headache,
Yeah.
arguments, 20 years wasted.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. I'm like very happy because I have my own space. Because see, I think I was a very good wife. I know it.
Yes.
But it's not. It's basically.
You're doing
But I
this and
think-
I'm doing this. I know what's going on here.
Yeah, but they didn't deserve it. You know, it's
They
just
weren't
that.
worthy of your...
Yeah, they weren't worthy of it because I've seen it so many places, so many issues, you know. And what I'm happy is in both the marriages, I was not wrong. Because see, if I was wrong and I came out of it,
All
I
the
think,
men are listening going, "Ooh, that's what my wife says. Oh, yeah, I'm never wrong, just apologize. When my wife calls, I just say, hi, I'm sorry. And I don't even know what the subject is, just say sorry.
So yeah,
So here we are.
yeah.
Now, here's my thoughts. I've had my heart broken, right? And when I reflect on life, I think, would I want to live with a closed heart or an open heart?
Okay.
So my suggestion with you is...
Can I get a tissue if you don't mind? Somewhere? Yeah.
You're going to cry on me?
No, it just came out.
I thought it was
No,
my
I don't get
wonderful-
emotional. It's just that my
I bet you-
eyeliner.
I
Can
can-
I have the mirror?
I can make you cry.
No, you can't.
I can make you cry.
No, you can't. I wouldn't. Yeah, you were telling me something, right?
We can do this on the outtakes.
Okay.
Wouldn't you rather, because you're all passion,
Yeah.
you're passion,
Okay.
true?
Yeah.
So wouldn't you rather live with an open heart and have it kicked a few times, hurt a few times, rather than a closed heart? Because I thought, you know what, I'm going to live with an open heart, and it's going to get hurt, but I'm going to live with an open heart because that's the way I am.
See,
Because I'm not scared of being hurt.
it's not about open heart or closed heart. It's just that I think I have got the best lessons in life, which I feel not only for me, because I am listening a lot of relationships around me is a failure because they show they're very happy, but inside they are very broken. And the only thing why they are together is because of the children. And I wouldn't want to do that.
You see, I think that's bullshit. I do, because I've been there, right? And you think, no, I'm not there for it. It's just what I say, but maybe I'm not confident enough to leave.
Yeah,
You know,
that
or
is-
I'm used to the abuse.
Yeah,
or
that's-
I'm used to the abuse.
Yeah,
because I
that's-
miss the abuse.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Or what if I actually
I-
chose a woman who was just like my mother?
Yeah, I agree one thing about you because there was this one
Just
of the
one
couples.
thing?
Yeah, it's
Just one
it's
thing?
they don't have the confidence to come out.
Yes.
that's
so they
the
make
correct
kids. They
thing.
make
Yeah.
kids an excuse.
Yeah.
And you got this thing that you get used to your guards. You're a prisoner, but you get used to the people who abuse you, right? Stockholm syndrome, they call it.
You really?
Yeah, they get
Okay, I know what
addicted to the abuser
Oh,
because that's
really?
all they know. And then they can leave the marriage for whatever reason or a relationship, get into a relationship, and the person's normal, and they sabotage it because all they know is drama.
Yeah, that's right.
You see, because it triggers.
Yeah,
So I think kids are always used as an excuse, but I think there are other reasons why people,
should be. Yeah.
they avoid their reality.
Yeah.
A lot of us, it's easier to point the finger through the window than look in the mirror and back at yourself. Right?
Yeah, that's right. It's like when you show them the first finger
Three
shows
are, yeah.
you know,
Three are back and
yeah,
one is forward. Yeah.
That's right.
So tell me about a time you can look back when you were really down in business and what inspired you to get it all back up again? Is there a moment you remember, maybe COVID or something like this, where
See, I think, I mean, like as I told you, I did come from a comfortable family, okay? So it was, I should touch wood. I mean, my parents have done a lot for me. Forget the completely, the relationships and marriages and everything.
business, on
Yeah.
the business side.
Yeah. So it's, the business-wise, I have never, like you said, we should take risk. I have never taken risk. Because, not that I don't know why, I never take a risk because the thing is, my parents are never for that. Whenever I ask them about something, they advise me and they tell me that because since you're single right now, do you think it's a good idea? So I think about it. So I don't think so I have ever taken a bigger risk. And whatever I've done so far, I don't think so I have lost anything. But except for the food addict, which I told you. So basically what happened over there was, instead of spending like only about a 30 or 40,000 dirhams, the so-called team made me spend about 100,000 dirhams.
So you went over budget.
They fooled me. So I think that was one failure which I had.
What lesson do you learn from it?
I think I learned a lesson in that, saying that because I was new to that. And if I'm new to something, I have to do my research first rather than jumping into something. So I think I jumped into it. But I learned that I shouldn't be doing this. And I have never gone into anything like that now.
In my opinion, again, I'm a lot older than you, so I can have opinions that you listen to.
Yes.
Right, there you are. And I charge a lot of money for my opinions, and people are paying.
Okay.
I think you do take risks, but I think you take calculated risks.
Calculated risks.
I don't think you take risks that are too great that make you lose sleep at night.
Yeah.
Right? So you do your homework, but everything you do is full of risk.
Yeah.
If somebody's listening now, they're like, she has staff and she makes a movie, it could sell well, it could not raise their... That's risk.
I think a calculated...
To a lot of people, it's risk. To me, I'm listening to you, I'm thinking...
it's a risk. I think the word here, which I would vouch for, is the calculated risk. So which means that I know that risk is not going to take my wealth away.
You can handle if it goes wrong. It's not going to bankrupt you.
Yeah, it's not going to bankrupt me, and I wouldn't do that. And at least at this point of time, when I have my 3 kids and everything, I wouldn't do that.
You can't afford to take them through that journey.
Because if any rich guy can buy 2-3 Ferraris or 4-5 Ferraris, I can at least afford 2 Ferraris. So I'm happy with it.
Do you have 2 Ferraris?
I can buy, but I didn't.
I like cars. I have 2.
Okay.
I have 2.
So the only thing which I didn't buy it because my driver drives it. If I drive, then I'll buy it.
They say there's a reason Ferrari is only a 2-seater, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
otherwise
right.
it'd be a bus.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's only 2 people can sit in
Yeah.
a Ferrari. There you are. So, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Where does how long we've been over
We've
an
been
hour.
talking
Can you believe?
like, oh
I could talk to her forever, right? You're so cute. You really are, honestly. Okay, so in a very nice way. If you were a guy, I'd say you're cute the same way. Don't think so. I'm not flirting. I'm not flirting. Okay, so what's happening in the next 5 years? If you could wind the clock forward.
What's happening?
It's 2030.
Okay.
What's happened to your business? Where are you? If every magic, you wave a magic wand, everything's gone right according to plan, where would you be in 5 years?
I think I will make few good movies, but I am also getting into buying and selling of properties and everything. So I'm doing that by side because that makes me not to work a lot because, only the ones which I really want to do. So I think the next 5 years should be good. Should be something like this.
Describe it to me.
Describe it to me.
Where do you live?
Right now.
Are you a grandma? You don't know, do you? You could be, right? And I never thought I was going to be a granddad.
Yeah.
There you are. And it's a really good feeling because you
I
can
know.
give it back. When she cries, and there you are.
Yeah.
You only worry about just holding it.
Right.
So, size of your business. When you say movies, what? Cinema movies or?
I think more of the Netflix planning into that.
Okay, so you made 2 movies that have become popular,
Yeah.
right?
I will.
So, and the size of your company is?
Right now it's small.
In 5 years.
In 5 years, I think I don't believe in the size, to be very honest. I believe we have a little bit of a team which is of 5 to 6 people, and
You outsource? Is that what you do?
I will outsource it.
Because the future is outsourcing,
Yeah.
right?
So I am outsourcing a few things right now. So I think that's what I'm going to do because in that way, I think I would be more safer and I would not lose so much money. This is what I believe in because if
How much money in 5 years is in your bank account? And you be, I made it.
I wish I had so much. It's billions.
Billions, why not? Go for
Yeah.
it. Yeah, aim big. What car's in your driveway? 5 years,
So
5 years.
5 years. Okay, I might go for a McLaren.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe I would take it, you know. I love driving, but I don't love driving all the time. So that's why
I have a lot of cars,
Okay.
and I don't like one of them. 2 years I've driven 1,000 kilometers, but whenever I come out, I go, I achieved something. It's my bit of thinking, well done,
Okay.
because I'm from a poor background, and I always wanted a car for a day of the week. I thought I want to line up 7 keys and go today. I'll have the Tuesday car or a Wednesday car. Now I've got 16 cars.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm buying the cars and giving back to the showroom to hold it for me. That's madness, right? And they're depreciating.
I
most
mean,
of
that's your way because you're crazy about cars. Me, if you see, I'm crazy about bags. Okay, I'm crazy about accessories. I'm crazy about diamonds. So that goes without saying.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I'm not so crazy about cars. But my son is, which he keeps telling me all the time. But
He wants a McLaren.
Yeah, so maybe once he grows up, yeah, I'll get it. But the thing is, I don't like something where it's just parked in my garage and I don't use it.
You see, the way I see is that the real rich don't care.
They don't care.
The real rich don't care. My family always said, be careful, don't spend too much. But if you're really rich, you don't care. And it doesn't mean you're not giving to charity. You can still give to charity. You can waste healthily.
But I don't know. I don't know why, but even I do have money.
Yes.
Okay, but the thing is, if there's anything to be wasted, like for example, even if it's a food which is being thrown, I cannot just let it go. Not because I don't. Alhamdulillah, I can feed so many people. But the thing is, it just doesn't stay in my this thing. It's about,
Because
and I
of
don't
the way
understand.
we've been brought up, right?
Yeah.
Finish your dish because
Yeah.
there are starving people
No,
out there.
yeah,
or-
absolutely.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you're really rich, the magic is to not eat all the plate. That's the magic. I've been working, I'm overweight, right? And because to me, it's like, I'm the human dump truck. So when the kid's not eating, just give it to dad. I'll have his, I have hers, everything.
Okay.
Yes, because I have to clean all plates because
Yeah.
in my head,
Yeah.
don't waste food.
Yeah.
But the magic is to decide that my stomach has had enough, I want to have that. But it's still enough to feed the hungry,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because you're not going to package my food and send it to Bangladesh, right?
That's
it's
right.
not going to happen.
Like for example, I mean, my daughter on that day, she was like, I was yelling for something, and then end of the day, I think she got into my. She has access to my mails. So when she went there, she said, "Mom, you paid for, so, there was something for the cats stuff, which the people are doing it over here. So the cat needed some surgery. So I think I did something for that. So she said, you said can't buy this, but you're spending the money on this. I said, see, that's something which is, which is needed, and it's a need for them, and nobody's doing it. So at least I could do it, and I could,
nice.
So,
Did you know I own vets?
oh wow, really?
I own veterinary clinics. Have you heard
Okay.
of Noble Vets? Noble?
Yeah.
We're all over Dubai. We own those.
Okay.
As just a business.
Okay.
Yeah, we own the chain of Noble Vets.
Yeah.
I never thought, I don't even like animals to be honest with you, but it's a business.
Okay.
We started from 14 months ago, we have 6.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yes, and when we say cats, it's amazing. In England, the NSPCA, which is for the children charity, has more money. Sorry, NSPCA is animals, NSPCC is children. The animal fund has more money in it than children fund. Can you believe it?
Okay.
More people invest in animals than they do in
Than
children.
kids. Wow.
Crazy, right?
Crazy. Really crazy.
Yeah, amazing. There you are.
That's how the people are around.
So one more thing.
Yeah.
And then we're going to, I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yes, I did. Lovely.
It's been amazing.
I mean,
thank
it
you.
was like I was talking to my friend.
Yeah, just chatting,
Yeah.
chatting. Actually, you know that we're going to be on, this is not my first, I'm going to ask you 2 questions, right?
Okay.
The first one is, we're going to be on Emirates Airlines, we're going to be on different airlines around the world,
Okay.
plus heavily on YouTube and Instagram.
Okay.
What would you like to be the message that the audience get from me speaking with you that brought you here?
I think it's more of you are a fighter and you have gone through so many things in life. I have gone through so many things in life. And you being a man, me being a lady, what counts more is, I think, whatever obstacle comes on your way, and if you have the ability to do it, I think you should go for it. And it's you who should believe. And out of 10 people, if 9 people are saying that it's not going to work, you leave the 9 people and only believe in that one person who's telling you to go for it.
Oh, beautiful. So focus on the abundance, focus on the positivity
Right.
rather than and the negativity is just lessons, isn't it? It's just hurdles.
And another thing which I would want to tell everyone is that the thinking what we have is what is going to be. If you're going to have negative thinking, whatever you're going to do is going to happen negative. So always make that thinking into a positive. So everything is positive around you. There is something called energy. I believe in that.
100%.
And it's a positive energy. You be surrounded with positive people, because there are a lot of people who are going to bring you down. But I think bringing you down, and you have just one life and you make it out. Because after this, we don't know what is going to happen.
I've never seen another person from another life come over or say, hey,
Yeah.
I'm
so
from planet
it's your life.
Zum. I'm from planet Zen.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. bit of marketing here.
Okay.
Great.
So I think that's what
amazing,
I would tell them.
amazing
Yeah.
message. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So
It's-
keep going.
Yeah.
Don't take a rejection as a rejection. It's a
No,
lesson.
absolutely.
It's a hurdle. Overcome it. Keep going.
That's right.
You only have one life. Make the most of it. I
Most
say
of
make your life a wow.
Yeah.
When you
Make
look
your
back
life
and
a
you go,
war.
wow.
There'll be a lot of humps and bumps, but at the end of the day, you have to reach your destination. That's what it counts.
Beautiful.
So that's what it is.
And also, you have to have an eye on the destiny. And many people don't have an eye on the destiny. They don't have a goal. They just
the
go where the
goal.
wind blows, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They just go like, okay, here it's going for today, there it's going. No, you need a goal. And that goal is very important.
Yeah, because I feel your frustration when you felt, sorry to say that, 10 years in your marriages,
Yeah.
you got distracted from your goal.
Absolutely.
You feel you wasted
Because
it.
I wasted it because
it was slow.
it was slow.
Slowed you down.
And most of the time, it's of the ladies, I don't know in other nationalities, but in Indian nationalities and other Asian, there are a lot of other nationalities as well, which I have listened to them. They don't let that ladies don't have a goal. You need to sit down, you need to cook, you need to take care of the kids. We are okay to do it. We are okay to do that. But let us also have a goal, because taking care of the children and whatever we are doing in the kitchen just takes only few hours. And we have 24 hours. Out of 24 hours, we sleep 8 hours. And after that, maybe say another 6-7 hours, we take care of the kids and the home and everything. The rest of the hours, what are we doing? We need something. So
I think a lot of it is a man's fault. I think men are, again, they're not taking risks. A woman needs to feel safe.
Man's fault. At the same time, the person who has given birth to that man, for example, the in-laws, their fault too.
The in-laws. Oh
Because they are the ones.
The mother-in-law especially.
They are the ones who
Middle Eastern
love
mother-in-laws.
to,
Yes.
how they love to put, the masalas, I don't know what you call them, inside the son's brain. They do it more.
Yeah,
But
agree.
I think I would also want to put one word. This thing about the men and ladies, there are certain ladies also who screw up the men's life. Okay, because I know there's something, okay? So it's, the guy gives her everything, A to Z, but still she wants more and more and more. So that's where the ladies should not be doing this.
I think the world is going to a stage where there's a lot of entitlement. People think just because I'm here, you need to pay me. Just because I'm here, you need to give me this, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of entitlement.
That's right.
In the old days, it's a trade-off. It's energy. You give, you get back, right?
Yeah.
And I think if both parties give equally, but then at the same time, I believe, many listeners may disagree, is that a lady, ladies tend to be homemakers. They look after the kids.
That's right.
But they want to feel safe. But at the moment, a lot of men don't make the women feel safe. So
That's right.
women wear the trousers. And then the men come into the relationship and the woman's very masculine. And they lose themselves.
That's right.
Right? So
That's right.
there's a female who's wearing a masculine the pants, and the men who are wearing the skirt.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
My first marriage was like that. I
Oh,
lost
good.
myself.
Okay.
Because she knew what she wanted in life. I was feeding the kids. I was looking after them. 5 years goes by. I'm like, I'm not doing much here.
Anything, yeah.
Yeah, I'm driving around collecting a milk and
Yeah.
feeding the kids. So
Yeah.
I lost myself, and that was my weakness. That was my weakness.
I think everything should be on a, on a limit. In the sense, for example, it should be an understanding from both the sides. Like if you take up some time, she or he takes up some time. It has to be an understanding.
I think that comes from age.
Yeah.
When you're mature and you've gone through relationships and
Yeah.
you learn, you think, well, I'm stupid if I make the same mistakes again. So let's have a conversation. Let's discuss this. I think relationships, whether business or personal, fall apart because people don't know the rules of the game.
That's right.
If you start the game knowing the rules, knowing your values and your boundaries, it should work out because you've been honest from the beginning.
But one thing everybody doesn't understand is like, okay, the marriage is going to be the same with everybody. First 2 years are going to be, oh, wow, and all that. And the next thing is like, oh, my God, I don't
You
like
get
him.
used to it. No, don't say that. Don't say that. I think in a relationship, you can date forever.
Yeah,
You can date forever, but you just have to make effort.
that's right.
Just don't take anything for granted. Always be humble, live in gratitude.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
But don't you think everything is a give and take relationship?
Everything is.
Everything.
As long as, if
There's nothing, everything is conditional.
I'll give you an example. It's a deep one. My mum loves me, right? And we had a ding dong recently.
Okay.
Because I felt there's nobody in the world, even if it's your mom, is allowed to hurt you or take your happiness away.
Yeah.
So I decided to walk away.
Okay.
Okay, and it's happened before. And she used to like and go through my posts and stories every day. Since we haven't spoken, I check my stories and she hasn't even looked at it.
Oh.
So to me, that's conditional love, right? Because if I have a ding dong with my son or my daughter,
You wouldn't
I
do-
still want to know how they are.
Absolutely.
Okay, maybe I won't press like just to
Yeah.
prove a point, right?
Yeah.
But she's not even looking. So I'm like, that's interesting. Even I own it, is conditional based on certain obligations that I have to live up to. Okay? But that's the way the cookie crumbles. Everybody has different relationships. But I think if you really, really fancy, the word fancy, if you fancy your partner, if he lights up your fire, you date. You make an effort. So as long as everybody's making an effort, they don't take it for granted, I think relationships can work for long term.
But I don't know. Somehow I feel a lot of relationships which is around me or even
Speak
which
for
come
yourself.
to
Speak
me.
for yourself, not a
No,
lot of
which even
relationships.
come to me.
They're all losers. Don't listen to them.
They are like, no, I mean, okay, she's rich. Okay, we can do this. We can, it's so funny. It's like they put a small fish and they want a big fish.
Do you think it's where we live? I think that people come
Dubai.
to Dubai. To Dubai, I love Dubai. I love the hygiene. I love the
Yeah.
infrastructure. I love the safety. Everything. I love it. It's my home. But at the same time, people don't come here to find love, do they? They come here for commercial reasons.
Yeah, that's right.
So that kind of it attracts that
I
kind
think,
of.
yeah, it's more of people think that we are living in Dubai, so we like rich, super rich, and they can take our money, or I think that's the whole thing about
Sure,
it.
I think geography means a lot.
Yeah,
We are compensating in other areas for the safety and the and the hygiene and the easiness of life in Dubai.
Yeah.
Because I go to England, I can't leave I leave my phone on the table,
You
go
can't
and
leave it
queue
over
and come
there.
back. I have to put it in my pocket. I can't even in my hand before somebody
it's
steals
like
it.
we're like when we went to Bangkok, it's like, come on, hold your bags, hold your this. We can't keep it like how we are
Yes.
in Dubai.
Yes.
It's like that.
My wife went to pay for something, and somebody came on a bike and stole her bag
Oh,
as she was
wow.
paying for something. So yeah, we have that. We don't have that in Dubai.
It was like in Bangkok, we were shopping in one of the shopping mall. After 2-3 days when we were in Dubai, we heard a news saying that there was a bomb in that shopping mall. The next,
Yes,
it was some
crazy.
kid.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's things we don't ever
We
experience.
don't have
yeah,
this.
thank God.
Yeah.
Let's keep our kids here. Are your kids here in Dubai?
Yeah.
Thank God. Keep them here,
Yeah,
safe.
definitely.
So, last question.
Okay.
How are we going to do business together, and when are we going to start?
Right now?
Close me. See, are you guys learning? I was testing you. Now, there's never a better time than now.
Yeah.
So let's make an appointment. I'm going away to
Sure.
the States. I'm coming back 25th
Okay.
of November.
All right.
And then let's meet in that week.
Please, we will.
Okay,
We
between
should.
the 1st of December to 25th of November. Please write it down. We'll connect
Okay.
and we'll bounce some ideas together
Sure.
and put a budget together and we'll start.
Definitely.
I
I'm
can't
in.
wait.
I'm in.
It's been an absolute
It's
honor,
lovely
pleasure.
meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gladiators, I hope you loved it as much as I did, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.